I'm going live early. You can't stop me. Hi. Let me give the stream recording a second to catch up. All right. Hi. So it's been 2 weeks since the last time I streamed. I was off last week to watch the Moulin Rouge, and it was wonderful. I absolutely loved it. Hold on, let me lock my chair so I stop leaning back. There we go. But yeah, I watched the Moulin Rouge. It was absolutely amazing. And then also, I have another update. Voila! I got an iPad. Hold on, let me turn it on. I don't have any messages, I don't think. Nope. Go straight. Here we go. Looking nice. Yeah, I got an iPad with a pencil and everything. I went ahead and got the Pro, which means I have to make monthly payments on it. And that's gonna suck, but you know. At least I got an iPad, that's pretty cool. So I'm gonna be trying to do a lot more digital stuff as far as Procreate. Hopefully that goes well, I don't know. I didn't mute my phone. Yeah, I'm really excited to get some work done on it. Already it's looking pretty good as far as the art. No. I was mainly just playing around, putting like Netflix and everything on it. But I finally, at the last minute, was like, oh yeah, let me get the actual art stuff done. Because that's the entire reason I got the tablet. Well, let me show this off. It's probably not going to show up well on camera, but let's see. Oh yeah, that looks good, doesn't it? That looks great. Is there any way to get it to focus? Let me see if I bring down the brightness. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Undo that. What if I make it like really low? Oh, it actually works. Hold on, let me do it just a little bit, just like somewhere in between. Bringing it up like just like a tiny little bit is like enough to make it blinding. Oh, you can kind of see it like that. Anyways, not that important. But yeah, I'm working on that. It looks really good. It feels way better. Like it just does. I think I'm gonna need some tools. Like this pencil is really thin, and I am going to miss all the hotkeys. I need some method of being able to do hotkeys. I need to look into that because there's a lot of like ingenious stuff. Like the way you do straight lines is you make a mark. Let me see. Does it show up? You make a mark, then you just hold it. And it's supposed to, oh, there it goes. It completely makes it into like a straight line tool. And then you can just, change it to wherever we want. Basically, you just decide the starting point and then hold it long enough for it to realize you're trying to do a straight line. It's really dope. I like the little ingenious stuff like that. Other things, it's a magnet. The pen just clicks on. I think you can hear that. Honestly, it's not very secure. Like I've literally just been like fumbling and knocking the pencil off every couple of minutes. Don't recommend keeping it there unless you're charging it. That's how you charge it. So as far as charging it, it's really dope. And as a gimmick, it's cool. But as far as actual like being comfortable to use, not really. But that's a 1 minute iPad review. That is definitely not 1 minute. And also I've only been using the app for half a drawing. Yeah. So that's what I've been doing this past week. And now it's time to get started. Hold on just 1 second. Time to get started. So we're getting back to this drawing. This drawing that I keep thinking like, wow, someone really cool started working on this. And then I realized, oh, it was me. I forgot. I forgot. So yeah, we're going to be continuing to work on the lighting for this guy. I think we're mainly focusing on shadows. That's right. I have to get it for the gun, the arm, this side of the arm. I don't know if there's going to be any shadows. It's pretty apart from the body. And there's enough like light that's going to keep it lit up. So I don't know if it needs any. But I also have a little helper. Voila. I had done him in a 3D model. Ignore the little hand there because, I can't make a prop of a camera or a cell phone. I probably could have, but it would have taken a long time. I mainly just focused here. This is where I really want to focus. This thing, this little thingamabob there. That's how the light's gonna hit it. Apparently. And I think specifically here as well. This little thing, I couldn't figure out how I wanted to do it. So it looks like the entire bottom half gets lit up. It's a little different because he's wearing shoes. So it might be more like this. So just like the underneath of it until it gets cut off around there. It's also flat, so it might be a little bit more like this. That's not how that works. Why am I not just doing this on another layer? So it's probably going to be something like that. Where's my Chatterino? There it is. Something like that, where it's just like a little sliver of a shadow underneath it. And then it just like... It's a completely straight line shadow, but because it's hitting the leg at an angle and the leg itself is already round, that's why it's coming off like that. Which makes sense. I kind of considered that. It just wasn't looking right in my head, and because I had no reference, I didn't have enough confidence to be like, yeah, this is exactly how it's supposed to be. And then you can also see like here, it's basically just getting shot. It gets shot from inside pretty directly. And I kind of flubbed everything here. I didn't understand which direction I was supposed to be going in. And I was trying to get all these like clothes wrinkles to like really sell it, but it just wasn't. I just knew it wasn't correct. So we're probably gonna erase a lot of this. I'm also gonna spend some time making the knee smaller because the knee is kind of heckin' huge. So yeah. Sorry for the clicking. I shouldn't do that. But yeah. We just go ahead and undo all this so we can keep it preserved. All right, and then what is this? What is this layer? So that's like the shimmering off of him. That's the line art. So let's turn off the underneath. Oh God, I cannot see anything. We're gonna do this as a temporary layer, just so I can see what I'm doing. Let's keep it 50%. Let's keep it 50. I grab my color back, so let's go back to the old concept cookie. This one. And then let's make sure to grab the right brushes. Pencil, pop. And eraser, pop. Ooh. I keep resetting the wrong one. Alright, so the knee's huge. The knee is like this big, which is enormous. The knee should be different. So let's just erase this. I think the issue is I made this like line here too long and continuous without considering how that was going to affect everything underneath. Because I was thinking like the knee goes directly into the leg, shin. And didn't think about like actually marking a stopping point. So this knee should probably be like this huge, like the actual knee itself. Does the drawing show? The 3D model, does it show the knee? Maybe like that's the knee. I need to stop doing this on the drawing. It's on the picture itself, which I think I pretty much have. Maybe it's a little bit more like here and then to here. Let me pull out that drawing again. Yeah, I think I'm on the right track. About that size. The knee does have kind of like a sharpness to it, which is why I do like this little line in the middle. Because whenever light's gonna hit it, like it's gonna cast a shadow from below, from here below. Usually. Especially if you want to like stylize. Like normally it kind of just all becomes like a blobby mass. So you don't really have to draw out the knees so defined. But I like making some of the bones a little bit more prominent than you actually find in real life. It's a mix, you know, like sometimes you want to emphasize parts of an anatomy, but other times you don't. Here we go. How does that compare with the? Yeah, it's just a little higher, a little bit more to the left, and I think it's about the same size. You see, like that little ridge I was telling you about? That ridge, whenever the light, so since the light's coming from below, it'll cast a shadow the other direction. Hang on, I messed up. There we go. Okay. So since the light's coming from below, this area is going to be completely lit, and then it casts a shadow this way. Yeah. So we're going to probably leave that there. Hold on. Get that rid of that smudge there. Maybe make this a little lighter so it's not like, I don't want it actually to look disconnected from the leg. I want it to flow with the leg, just in like enough of a gesture lines to like get where it is. Kind of like that. And just like a little fold. Like the clothes are responding to it. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay. Take that off, turn it back on the shadows. Then we're gonna just now fix the leg as far as the lighting. There's a lot of layers here. Bip, bop, boop. What's that one? Was this like the first sample? Yeah, I think that's when I was still like trying to airbrush it to be realistic. Same with this one. So both of these were like the original renditions. Bop. I might still do like that little flare of light, but maybe make it a little bit more reserved. We'll see. All right, so first things first, let's go ahead and just erase this entire leg. Not the entire thing. Let's like erase from here down. It's like right here. Maybe up to like the pelvis. Actually, past the pelvis a bit. This one never even got defined, so I'm not erasing that. Probably right there. Let me pull up the reference. Bip. I'm gonna grab it. Bop. Bip. I'm on the wrong layer. Grab it. Put it like down here. Let's also like erase some of it so it fits in a little better. Bip. Do you like the hair I gave him? I think it looks very accurate. Finger off the trigger. Or he looks like a disciple of Jesus, one or the other. Make your pick. I don't even need to delete that. I don't know why I wanted to. I don't need to see anything behind the drawing, otherwise I wouldn't place it there. No, I can just erase that too. Just straight down. This song's interesting. Move him a little towards the closer. Get rid of that. There we go. Now find a place for you. Find you right here. Perfect. All right, back to this. Right there. Grab my chalk because I like the chalk. I'm gonna switch between these two. Grab the color. Default up to the top. Black. There we go. So it basically ends there. So maybe like here, up to like here. We'll fix it later. But just like up there. Then this side of the leg is gonna get. Oh, also one of the issues was that I can't make a second light in the modeling tool. So I'm just gonna put the light up against the leg and then have it like the brightest light from the rim light, which is the light that's coming from the buildings behind him, but up right against the shadow. So it just like it's as bright as possible, instantly goes into the shadow, which transitions to the mid-tone. I think I sound like I know what I'm doing. I'm also gonna erase the entirety of the knee. Gone to ash, gone, burned to ashes. So again, the outside's gonna get shadowed, just like that. This one actually gets a heavy light. So maybe to like right here. And then maybe we can erase a little bit of it. So then the edge light from reflecting off the coat. Just like that. Then also, again, I couldn't give him a jacket, so we're gonna have to just add that. Look at that. Hey there. Just continuing to work on this now that I'm back from, what was it? Moulin Rouge. Oh, I was watching Moulin Rouge last week in Durham. So I took the day off. And now I'm back working on this guy. But it's good to see. I'll put a shadow here. Maybe like a little bit of a shadow here. Then we could try to like work that into the clothes. Try to get it like accurate to the fold of the pants. Hey, thanks for popping in. I appreciate that. Even if it's just for a few minutes, I like just having people chill. There we go. Well, actually, let me fill that in. And then just erase it very specifically on the highlight. Nice. Appreciate it. Oh goodness, it's gonna take forever though. I think that's good. Yeah, I always wish I was rather working on my drawings than doing actual work. Which, I mean, I guess I do, because I have a job where I sit down a lot, so I mainly just end up drawing anyways. That's always my dream position, somewhere where I'm sitting down a lot and have free time to just sketch and do stuff. How are we looking? That's why I'm really trying to take my time with this drawing as well, because part of me really wants to like keep it between like, I don't know, 5 and 6 sessions. That's usually my goal with any drawing, but like I'm really enjoying it, and I think if I take my time with it, it's gonna really what's the word? It's gonna show the effort. Hold on, let me not put too many transitions to try to keep it sharp. Oop, don't know how I turned it. There you go. Yeah, I definitely have a problem of not like planning ahead very well. Even like on these drawings, like my issue is always like I don't plan out enough ahead. And so like anytime where like I'm spending like hours working on something or trying to fix something, it's because I didn't like spend the time beforehand actually planning that part out. I'll just like leave it vague and be like, oh, I'll figure it out later. And then when I'm trying to figure it out, it's like, oh, that was not a great idea to just leave it for later. But I'm trying to improve on that. I'm trying to make sure I keep working on finding that like balance. I actually kind of forgot what I was doing. Yeah, exactly. I've always been draw first and then think about it later. No problem. I always try to support other people that are, I can tell like they're just trying to make their way on Instagram and stuff. It's a really rough place, and just having like even one like really makes me feel good about myself. I shouldn't let the little likes mean anything, but it's nice. Have a good one. Try not to have too bad of a time at work. Make your best attempt. Because boy, I know work sucks. I'm currently looking for a new job. Just trying to put my application places. I might do that later today if I'm not too tired. I like working at the hospital, but I think now it's getting to the point where I really need to start thinking about moving to something different. A lot of administrative changes and schedule changes that are just like impossible to keep up with. Specifically, they removed the position Um, that helped. So it was like a 4-man team, then it transitioned to a 3-man team, then a 2-man team for the last 2 or 3 hours. And they made it so now it's a 2-man team for the last 7 hours, and that is really rough because some days it goes on just fine because we really aren't that busy. So I understand why they would remove that third person for that time, but there are many days where it is not very easy, and then they just have to leave while there's a bunch of work. And I have no expectation of them staying, that's, they're only scheduled for a certain amount of time, so they should only work that. But, it's hard. Oh, also, instead of a 4, it starts at 3 and then just transitions to 2 halfway through. Don't like it. And I don't want to argue about it. I'm just gonna thank them for the time that I've been employed, and hopefully moving on to something that pays a little better. Just crossing my fingers that it's somewhere where I can sit down and keep drawing, because that's what I do. Oh, I grabbed the wrong color. There we go. Back in business. Then we're gonna have to rework the lighting too, the highlights. How should I transition this part? Where's the leg? Maybe let's just make this a little bit more solid, just to start, or smooth, I guess. Make the transition a little bit more smooth. Doesn't do anything crazy around the knee. Oop, not that. If I do like this. Okay. First a sip. I should probably start drinking my coffee so I don't get tired during the last half of the stream. The way that it works for me is it's always better if I drink the coffee early than if I drink it late, because it starts to, whenever I start to get tired, that hill is too hard to keep up. Hold on, let me explain that better. It's like a tent. If it's starting to fall down, it's easier to hold it up before it starts falling than whenever everything's piling down on you. I don't know if that was actually a better analogy, but that's what I'm gonna stay with, because that feels good. It feels right. The image of a tent, maybe just like a blanket. Maybe I'm just tired and I want to think about blankets. Okay, so let's see. Gonna hit hardest here. Let's just blanket it. Actually, just throw the light everywhere. Just take it. Just take it all. So realistically, there would be no shadow, but I kind of want it to be really bright, anyways. Oh, actually, it's not just style-wise. Like, I think if the top of the building is getting lit so brightly, and it's like, say, concrete, like something gray or something kind of on the lighter end that will reflect a lot of light. Well, technically, black would No. White would be the best reflective surface because that's repelling light. That's why it looks white on the color spectrum. I might be mixing up two different things, but we're gonna keep talking like I know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I'm gonna just blanket this entire thing in white. Not all of it, just like that. Maybe we should have the shadow also take up more of that side too. So maybe a little bit more on this end. Lace like a little higher so I can like transition. Maybe just erase it here where it goes up the leg, or this fold of the pant. Make it smooth. And this side. Then we can have this part transition. Oh, if anybody's watching this, the person that dropped in for just a second there was Paper Izzy on Instagram. They make cute little drawings on. I think I met them at one of the local theaters here. They were selling art and had their Instagram on there. But yeah, I just like supporting other people that I feel I relate to, like just other people trying to make it on Instagram and whatnot, just pushing their stuff out there. It's a lot of grind for so little likes. I'm down in the mines trying to get some likes. Okay, so let's start tweaking the highlights again. So, ooh, what is that color? Why do I have that color? Go away. So first of all, I'm gonna do it like this. Nope. Why is that not an eraser? None of my brushes are set up correctly. We're gonna swoop in like that. Not too much. More subtle, like that. Because we're playing with basically 3 values. Also, my Lord and Savior as far as art tutorials finally made a video on cel shading, Mark Brunet. I started it, but I couldn't finish it because I was at work. So I wasn't really like paying attention, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna watch this later because like I'm hearing him talk and I'm not thinking straight. So I was gonna watch it once I got home and then completely forgot about it until I started the stream and I was like, oh, that would have been useful. That would have been perfect timing because I'm still working on the shading. So I'm going to be looking at that in a little while. I could probably watch it on stream, but that would mean I have to cast it on my screen, and I don't want to do it. I don't want anybody seeing my bookmarks. It's nothing crazy. It's still just weird. Even with like the 2 to 3 people that like stop in to say hi, like I still feel like I have to keep aware of like, oh yeah, let's not put too much of myself on the internet. I'm pretty sure I've already like put enough information to get doxxed if someone was like really wanted to. Also, putting my actual name out probably doesn't help. I've just always felt like it's weird to like make up a fake name. Cause like I remember back when I was like 14, like I remember seeing like all the names like XX Raider or Infrared or Cyclone or like all this other stuff, and thinking like that's kind of like weird. Like I don't want to act like a personality. Like my name is just my name. Not that I haven't, you know, like I've definitely had accounts where that's the case. At most, what I'll usually do is something like a joke. Like my Steam name is something goofy. Let me not just give everybody my Steam account, so I don't get like. Never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about. Let's just say it has something to do with eating the behind. So yeah, that's basically like the most I'll do, and even those I like regret. My DeviantArt is Devil's Dark Messiah, which was when I was 13, and before I started considering making fake names weird. Pretty sure I was 13. And even that one, like I regret, but now like you have to like pay to have your name changed on DeviantArt, and I don't feel like spending money. Plus, it's kind of like I do kind of like the like edgy little kid I was, because that was like the formative years of like me developing my tastes. Like it's nice to have like a memory of like, hey, you were a little cringe back then, and that's okay. Embrace the cringe. I think I spend too much time worrying about looking cringe. I need to learn to just accept that part of myself. I spend too much time trying to look cool instead of just being what I am. Embrace the cringe. It's a meme, but like I do like legit think it's good in some ways to embrace parts of yourself, you know, like obviously you can't go too crazy. You know, time and place. Like if you're into watching Transformers bonk each other, congratulations, but also maybe don't tell every single person you meet about it. Unless that is literally all you do. Then I guess like if it's unavoidable, then I guess just be whatever you are. Like BDSM. Like BDSM. Like if that's what you're into, cool. But maybe you just don't bring it up in every conversation. Unless that is literally all you want to talk about and do for like your life. Like if your job is like a professional dom, then go ahead, let it be known. But if you have a life where it's like some of it's private, some of it's public, you know, keep those private parts. Well, literally keep your private parts to yourself, actually, but you know what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. You, the inky mass of the internet. You dark children. That sounds like something Elvira would say. What is her real name? Cassandra something. Cassandra Peterson. Oh, I got it exactly right. Maybe a bad sign if I know a celebrity, like a character's name by heart. But at least it's something cool like Elvira, not like. I remember. I can't even think of a good example of something stupid to remember. What's something stupid to remember? Part of me wants to go to like children's shows, but there's like children's shows that I actually like remembering like the names of voice actors and characters. Like I was thinking of Pokemon, but I actually think it's cool to be a Pokemon kid from like the 2000s. Or I guess this show never really stopped, so you know. 2000s onwards. Then I mean, it was like a 90s thing, wasn't it? Was it like 98? Or maybe like the card game started in the 90s and the show came out in the 2000s. Yeah, 97 was the first episode. Dang, that's old. And it's still going? Jesus, Indigo League was 82 episodes. Horizons is new, or is it going to be the upcoming one? And then Ultimate Journeys just ended in like March. It never ends. We are trapped in this hell. I think I've talked about it before, but I am not a big Pokemon fan. I was a bigger fan of the show than the actual game. I like the game fine enough, but old games like that where it was just like pixels and, you know, like top down. I have a very weird thing about visuals in games, or not like visuals, like the art and design of it, because Pokemon has a fun design, especially earlier on. But like specifically like the perspective, like if it's a top down game, my brain like shuts off. Like it does not want anything to do with top down games, with very few exceptions. I'm pretty into city builders, and I think it clicks that little monkey part of my brain that likes organizing things really well. City builders are pretty fun. Specific city builders. I need a very clear direction in a city builder or I'll get very bored. Like, Minecraft should be the perfect game for me. It's creative. It's first person, which is usually the perspective I like the most. I like being the character or feeling like I'm very connected to the character and its stakes. But I think because there's not as clear as a direction, it's very like open world and like open period. Like you can literally do whatever you want. And it does not have like a objective marker where it tells you like, hey, get started here. Like that's what like makes me feel like too disconnected and too at a loss. Like I'll get started on a building, I'll start getting animals and breeding, and then not breeding, domesticating. That was the word I was thinking. I'll start domesticating the animals, and then like once I get to like a certain point where like, okay, I'm good on food, I'm good on supplies, I have a pretty good sorry, I got a notification on my phone and it literally wiped my brain. Once I get to a point of like everything's stable and I've removed a lot of the challenge, that's when I'm like, okay, I don't know what to do. Maybe I'll like make like a dream house. I'm like, okay, now I've got everything stable. Let's make this perfect house, this awesome looking house that, you know, like completely from my head. Maybe I'll copy something from something I saw on Google, because I'm not very creative whenever there's no boundaries. Whenever there's like no limits, I have like zero creativity. And then once that like dream house, the dream farm, everything's like maximized, I'll stop. Like because like there's nothing else to do. Like I remember my friend, he's super into Minecraft. He like plays for hours, like years of his life has been dedicated to making like servers and mod packs and all this stuff. And I don't think I could do that. Like I would make, hey, I joined this giant world server with all these people. I'll make my house. I'll go on adventures with them. But eventually, once my house is built, once I feel like I've gotten like, I don't know, diamond armor and diamond tools, I'm like, okay, I'm done. Like I don't want to play anymore. Like my character's basically maxed out, and that is where this game is finished for me. This was all from Pokemon. I got very distracted. I should probably start to stream games, but I don't know. I think it's like I pick and choose what part of my life I want to show, like everybody does, like to a degree. And I would not describe myself as gamer first. Like if I was, I don't know, applying for my life, I almost always mention my art and not my what games I play. Like, it's almost like I forget that that's even an aspect of my personality when it's actually pretty huge too. Like, I play a lot of video games and have a lot of opinions on video games, and I don't really share them because it's kind of just like, it's just for me. Like, it's just my thing. But yeah, Minecraft is an example where it's like I need some kind of clear goal, and if the purpose in the game is just make whatever you want, like sometimes my brain will be, then I don't want to do anything. I'll make my home, and that's it. Kind of like The Sims. I have an issue with The Sims where it's like I'll make my character, and that character's me. Then I'll make maybe like, I don't know, the perfect waifu, and then my entire goal is to like get that waifu, max the art goal, because again, artist. I don't know, play video games in The Sims, and that'll be it. Once I max out my character and max out the art, I think what you're supposed to do is like, okay, now go into a new career, then max out that, and then max out all the careers, try all these challenges. But my brain will just be like, no, I'm good. I made my goal. I've done my goal. That is it. It's really hard for me to like make a goal whenever there's like too many options. Which was why I think like having those challenges, I think Sims does it a little better, where I think like having those challenges that you can make, and then you're like having those goals where it's like you can at least choose what goal you want. Like at least there is art, so I can play it a lot longer than I play Minecraft. Did I put any weight down on this? No, I think I'm good. I was worried I got mixed up on my layers. And then bringing it back to Pokemon. Pokemon's one of those things where it's like, Pokemon's one of those things where it's like there's a very clear goal as far as like mission structure. Like, you know, you're supposed to beat. You go in, you find your Pokemon. You level up your Pokemon, that way you can take on the main trainers, and that's pretty much it. Then from there, you're supposed to like, you know, make out your perfect team, max out all the Pokemon you want, collect them all is literally the goal, is like the greater vision. But I think I usually get bored after I like start working on the first Pokemon. I get my Pokemon that I want, and then I'm like, okay, that's it. Like I have no interest in like actual maximizing their abilities, maximizing their evolutions. I don't even care about the trainers all that much. Like I'm not into the combat that much. It's turn-based, and turn-based is another one of those like game genres that don't really do anything for me. That one I cannot tell you why. I don't think I have a good reason. I'm a very picky person. And I do think I need to like expand a bit. Like city building was a genre also I had no interest in until like I realized it kind of clicked in my head. I was like, wait, I spend a lot of time organizing sheets and, you know, like doing D&D and all this other stuff that's like very nerdy and very numbers driven. And I was like, maybe I should give these like organization games a try, or these city building games a try. And specifically what brought me in was Frostpunk. I saw my younger brother playing Frostpunk as like a demo of the game. And I saw him play it. I was like, this is a really interesting visual style. And that's what brings it in. That's always what brings it in. It's like art is very like key to like pulling me into a game. If word of mouth isn't enough, like Minecraft, where it's like I heard enough people talking about Minecraft, so I needed to try it, then visuals are like the thing. Like Dark Souls was another one. Everybody was talking about how hard Dark Souls was. And then I found out that it had like a really great art style. Like to you know, a normie me before I ever even touched it. It was like, oh, here's just like a hard fantasy game that was made in Japan. And then once I actually tried it, I was like, oh, this is way. I saw like the boss designs. I saw like the structure of the game, like how it's like designed on a smaller level with like positioning of items, stamina bar, map design, as far as like backtracking. Like I was like, oh, this is like a really quality game. This is a game where like they really pay attention to like the little things, which makes it funny whenever like some of the small things are completely broken, and you're like, this game like pays attention to so much, and then it lets go this little thing, like this little screw up. It's just like sitting here. It makes it funnier, and it really gives like a charm to the game design in the studio. But yeah, I need games where like the third person and first person are usually like my go-to. So there needs to be like a focus where I can play the character, or I can at least see my character. You know, Fallout, I'm always going into third person because I like seeing like the character that I slowly build up, the face that I've built, the armor that I've chosen for him. Dark Souls, same thing. Well, I mean, there is no first person, but it has that same effect where you slowly build out your character and the look of the character. Especially because armor doesn't really have that much of an effect on things. So like it's more of like you choose what outfit is what you want your character to look like, more than what armor is best, has the best stats. Usually, there's exceptions. Like Havel's armor is like super high in defense, so if like you're just going for kills and stuff, usually you just go for the biggest armor you can. So even the small effect that it has, you know, will help you. I think I've lost track of what I'm working on. There's probably a connecting conversation that started all this talk about video games. But I have forgotten what that is. Besides Pokemon, I know it started with Pokemon and the show. I can't really think of it anymore. Oops. Maybe one day I'll figure out how to stream my tablet, the iPad as well. I haven't considered that until just now. That'd be nice. Just for a change of pace. Maybe I'll keep it just to reels, or you know, like TikToks, I guess, like short form content, just so like the art process, because I basically just use it vertically, because most of my drawings end up being vertical. I don't really do too many landscapes. Maybe I should give it a try every now and again. Ooh. Oh, goodness. Stretch break. All right. I'm back in. I might leave this entire like leg just blanketed in light. But I'm gonna see if I can like dig out like a little carve out a little like tunnel where it's like not being like directly lit. It kind of looks weird without like any other spots. Maybe like here too. How does that look? And let's bring in the shadows. Pop. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Oops, wrong one. I just realized there's no logic here. Or there's no reason why this cuts off like this here. Should there be any shadow here? Not like a shadow, like a heavy shadow, but maybe just like a little pocket where the light isn't direct, but like very thin and subtle, so it doesn't like it doesn't distract too much from how like this part of the leg is being like blanketed in light. It's still a little too strong, just like a tiny little bit. It's a tiny little thing, a little small boy. Maybe even smaller. Just like a little pocket where it's like it kind of like bends away towards itself. Yeah, just like that. Just a little hook. Maybe carve this out to also kind of like fit the curvy direction. Just like that. I don't like the hook. Make it like that. Okay. The like rim of the coat is gonna be catching the light too. And just sharpen it up now. Sorry. This isn't a knuckle popping ASMR. Little stretch. Right back. Ooh, whoa, Jesus. Almost hit myself. Hello. All right. Let's see. Erase. Sharpen this up because it's at the bottom of the knee. Trim this because it shouldn't be touching here. Or actually, fill it up, really. Because it's kind of a confusing bit of line art. Because it like follows this line, but also doesn't follow there. I think it's good. It's kind of like a bit of both. All right, so let's sharpen up this a bit. Oop, that's the opposite of what I wanted. And I think I should sharpen up this while I'm at it. Because this should be like a very sharp, like that. So let me think for a second. Should be higher up on the leg. Sorry, that I'm just sitting here looking. I'm trying to mix what the reference is showing and mixing in my head what I want it to look like. Like I'm trying to get a combination of the two, and it's probably gonna look really ugly, but you know, it is what it is. That's supposed to be an eraser. New Honda Civic, long drunk driver. The shadow should be like this. So these are gonna be two areas where there should be absolutely no highlights. Maybe, hold on. Yeah. Like that, perfect. I don't want to be too sharp because this is supposed to be round, so the shadow shouldn't be like too crazy. Should probably also be blurry, but this is realistic lighting anyways. What the? How far up does that light drop? Let me think. Because the leg's pointing down towards the back. And the light's also coming from below as well as his phone. Oop. of it's just like completely coded. Just a bit of goofing, just a bit of gaffing. Let me turn off the reference for a second. Okay. I feel pretty good about the right leg right now. Maybe just the kneecap is bothering me a bit. Once again, kneecaps. Who needs them? Certainly not me. Cringe even. Please, 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 I'm begging you. Please, 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 just work correctly. Make it round. Something like that. Maybe just like a little bit of the dark part to balance it out. Erase it a bit. Make the transition feel a little bit more real. There we go. There we go, like that. Nope, that's not it. Wait, okay, never mind. It was just on the wrong layer. Something like that. Bring it back, just to level it out, like that. There we go. But this left leg is tough. This is a tough left leg. And specifically, I only really cared about that upper part of the thigh, because that's like the key part. That's like the part that like is supposed to feel the most like even, because like the bottom of the leg is really bright and blinding. Like that's, to me, that's worked in my head since the beginning. But the upper thigh of the right leg, or left leg. So we have the cast shadow from the top of the building. So let me think. He's supposed to be cast completely in shadow, but because of the light from below from the roof being reflected, that's why his back leg is really bright, and that casts the shadow back onto the knee and back. So the black there is good. It works. But then there's the light. Where is that light coming from? It's supposed to be completely bathing that leg as well. So am I even on camera when I'm this far back? Oh, I am. Oh, that's not good. Just a second. My recording stopped. Alright, just a quick recording, trying to see how audio is. How long is this? Okay, about an hour and 3 minutes in. So, okay, so I lost like 10 minutes. Just gonna start recording again. Okay, so that's like 10 minutes of footage that I'm gonna have to clip out. And I think I was mostly just staring at this, so hopefully that's not too bad. That was weird. And something happened apparently to the recording, so I'll have to work my way around that. The recording is just for the highlights, so it doesn't have like a recording of me at 100 times speed at the bottom left flailing around. But anyways, we're ignoring that. Ooh. Let's just try a few things. So first, bigger brush, just like that. Maybe make it a bit more subtle, thinner, a little bit more reasonable. Okay. I don't like it. Just an experiment there. All right, next experiment. That's the one. So that's what it looked like before. That's what it looked like after. I think that makes a lot more sense to me. So huge little wing of light hitting it. Only be covered up by the bottom of the roof and then the coat. But if I transition it, it's a little bit more like the shadows being cast, then it stops. A little bit more of the glare is hitting it, or general lighting. It's still shadowy, but like less. It's shadowy, but it's not the shadow. It's not like the complete absence of light. Okay. So let's keep it how it was before. Let me just find the layer where I actually started erasing it a bit. That's the one. Okay. To make sure that I'm only undoing that part. The other experiment, doing it the opposite way, where we remove some of the shadow. But specifically, I think if I round this part, make it more of that kind of curve. Let me bring back up the reference. 1 second. I got really quiet. Sorry. Let me just play around with this. Hold on. Let's try that a different way. Not sure what this is teaching me, but we're gonna keep playing. I think I'm getting somewhere. Maybe. shadow still be pointed. Hmm, 220. Oh my goodness. Please, one day I'll figure this out. This entire stream is just gonna be me working on this one leg. I say that like I haven't been working on other stuff, but you know. It feels like I've only been working on the one leg. Okay, how's that? How are we doing? How are we looking? Shadow, good, okay. Alright, what if I... really tamper that down? Oop, wrong layer. Okay. Think. Zoom out and feel it out. I'm realizing something. The phone light, it shouldn't be reaching that far. It basically stops like here. So I think that's been throwing me off. So maybe... So the coat should still have a shadow. This should still be not lit, but it should be a lack of light. It should still have like basically the midtone. It's not the presence of shadow, but it's also not a super strong source of light. It's just mid. Some would even say midtone. So this is getting lit from below, but it's a very little bit of light that's catching light because it's rim light. So it should be very thin, not super strong here. Okay. We're so far so good. I'm still with it. I got it. I know what I'm doing from here. So this is supposed to be the cast for shadow from the building. So just for entertainment, let me duplicate this so I don't have to like snap back and forth. So what if I ignore this idea that I really like? So I probably won't ignore this idea. What if I just go straight with the drawing, the reference? Now, is there any way for me to get this back? Any way for me to get this reference back? Come on. Let's use that brain. Let's use the brain. Ooh. Okay, not as far as I'm aware. Yeah, that's all that happens. But now that I think about it, I think I already remember what it looked like. Basically just looked like, that's the reference. Where's the light? Okay. Ooh. So it was almost entirely shadow from here. I lost track of what I was in. Okay, I'm back. So from here, I'm gonna duplicate it as well. Just so we can keep experimenting and keep track. And then we can just compare them later. So we bring back in the shadow here, because now it's just mid-tone. We have the cast shadow from the building, so just from here. Just completely cover this in shadow. What time is it? 8:04. Okay. We are almost 2 hours into this. 9:30ish is like the hard stop. Oh, hold on. Let's make this thicker, actually. layers. Nope, that's not what I want. Okay, there we go. Now I gotta set it up to compare easily. So this is before I just did the most recent experiment, where it's still like the back leg is still really brightly lit because I want it to be reflecting the rooftop to be reflecting light off onto it. And then this is if I ignore that and just go with the reference. That is not what I want. That one. Stop, please. Okay. Back leg is shadowed. Back leg is lit. Shadowed. Lit. Make sure to adjust this one too. Oop, not what I want. What's going on? Why won't it? Okay. All right, now I'm confused. Why is it not letting me color on it? Oh, okay, that's what. And then this one actually does need to be filled in. Okay. Now I can compare it. I really hate that I keep doing that. Let me lock it. Nope, locking it does nothing. Shadowed, lit. Shadowed. Lit. Shadowed. Lit. Okay, so I think I like the shadowed a little bit more. It adds a lot more of a darkness to it, and it lets the front leg pop out a bit more, which maybe I just need to focus on that. Maybe I just need to focus on the overall piece rather than thinking too hard about whether or not the back leg is being lit properly. Maybe I could add a bit more, and that means I have to change the. Let me take out the reference. Maybe that means I have to take out this light a little bit more. This light over here. Can you see that on camera? Hold on, one second. I'm gonna wave my mouse around a little bit more. Catch it. Yeah. Okay. You guys can see the mouse. All right. So yeah, I think I need to release. Change the back of the cape a little bit in order to fit this new lighting a bit better. Because I like the shadowy leg a little bit more. I think as far as the balance of having a lot of highlights, having a lot of shadows, this fits a bit better. I do like... Oh God, please. Oh God, what am I doing? Oh, all it's only, please. Oh, this is the cover up light. We can erase that one. That's why it's confusing me. Here we go. This is good, but I think it makes the character look a little bit too light on the bottom. Like, the purpose of doing this bright thing was actually to make it look like it's fading from the light. Or fading from focus. But I think it actually kind of does the opposite. Because it's the back, like, I'm trying to make it so it fades a little bit more towards the background. But I think it does the opposite. So flipping that, making it a little shadowy, kind of makes it the highlights pop a bit more up here in the front. So I think I'm gonna go with this. So fingers crossed. Beep, it's deleted. We're focusing on this. I deleted the wrong thing. What did I just delete? Did I delete the wrong thing? What is this? Yeah, that's the back. What happens if I delete it? Okay, so I didn't delete the wrong thing. Okay. And we're gonna take these out. Pop, pop. Make them multiply. Pop. Remove it from the group. Bip. Pop. Delete the... All right, now we're right back where we were, as if it was an experiment, as if this is what I wanted to do the whole time. So then the only thing I want to tweak as far as this leg now is just make this a little bit... I don't know why I just pushed it with my face. Why did I do that? Sorry, I think my brain is starting to fry. Where is it? Which one's the shadow? You're the shadow. So I just want to make this a little bit smoother. Perfect, like that. Maybe just a little bit of shadow here. No, keep it sharp, so you can tell it's part of this jacket shadow, essentially. There. Follow up this leg. I'm gonna smooth this out and then just erase a little bit. Smooth this line out. thin it, make it smooth. And then also I wanted to carve this little bit out so you can see the wrinkle. Like that. And then go back and smooth it. That's rendering. There we go. Grab the white, add back in the highlight here. Nope, that's not the highlight color. Just like that. What if just like entirely like this? I think that might work a little better. Nope, not like that. I need this to be less bright. I'm trying to figure out what would be the right transition like that. Give it less prominence. I think that's good. Maybe have this a little bit more curved. I don't think that looks weird. Let's not think too hard about it. I think this is a bit more shadowy. So I can fit the curve a bit better. The curve that I'm trying to go for. How does that look from afar? Maybe a little bit less thick in this part. Just maybe the light being less thick, like maybe just a little bit of it. Just a very thin strip where like you can tell it's getting hit by light. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think it works. And then, because this is getting hit a little bit by the belt, so we should change the lighting to fit that a bit better. So underneath the belt, this side, because it's the belt, the buckle is gonna cast a shadow. Come on, like that. Perfect. Sharpen it up. Like that. Did I erase that? I just noticed that this entire section is missing. I'll just color it back in. Or shadow it back in. I think this is too confusing actually. Hold on, this right here. Keep it simple. Doesn't need that much of complexity whenever it's, unless I'm trying to make it, give it focus. Oh, I just realized this part doesn't have any depth to it. I've been quiet for a really long time, I just realized. But it's because this part of the process is just like me trying to form and like really sharpen things up. There's not really any like brand new ideas I'm going to be able to introduce here. I mean, I could introduce like a world of detail into the belt buckle, but it's like there's not really any reason to. So, you know, like it's just me trying to get it finished. That looks much better. That looks really good, really good. I think maybe just a little too dark, just a little bit. So let's dial it back just a bit here. That's not an eraser. I mean, technically, it's not even my eraser brush. It's just the brush I use for shading to give it a little bit more of a soft edge, even though I should be using mostly hard edges, but I'm doing a bit of both. Just a little bit, just a little, just the right amount. Hey there, welcome back. I am back here streaming again. Probably gonna go on for another half hour, maybe a full hour. We'll see. You missed me working on the pant leg and losing my mind, but I finally got it to the point where I'm happy. Quote unquote happy. No, sorry. I'll let the demon speak to me again. All right, I think we're good there. Let me just clean this area up a bit. But yeah, last week I was out because I was watching Moulin Rouge, but now I'm back trying to finish this up. I had a good time, and now we're back to work. Work, but with like a happy emoji, because this is actually like work I like to do. Oh yeah, I think I already liked it on Instagram, unless you posted it in like the past few hours. I should have posted today, but I'm just so lazy, dude. I don't know what it is. Like, I have like 6 drawings, and like 3 of them I'm supposed to do digitally, because like I decided like I would rather just color them digitally. But even those I haven't even started because I don't know. I have like waves of drawing intensely and then drawing very loosely, and I think I'm in a loose period because whenever I'm not drawing, I'm gaming. So like gaming is on the is peaking right now, and drawing is at like simmering, and then eventually it's gonna scoop right back up where like gaming is gonna go right down, and then I'm gonna fill that with drawing, but nothing yet. Hopefully I transition now that I have the I just got an iPad. Yeah, I saw that one. You were talking about like how it's one of your first times doing muscles, and it didn't look too bad. It looked pretty good. It's all about practice when it comes to muscles, because you have to like learn all the different muscles and learn how you specifically like to simplify it. It's good to have a little bit of an evolution. Hang on a second. Trim that off. Oop, didn't mean to trim that. Oop, too far. Okay. Ooh, hold on. That's not a eraser. Yeah, I think your emotions always have a way of getting into your art, even if you don't want it to. I think it's a sometimes it's unintentional, and sometimes it's just like a good option. Like in one of my other drawings, I explained that I like to, whenever I'm like really sad about something or really upset about something, sometimes I'll just draw my emotions just to like get it out of my system in a way that's like a bit healthy. It's kind of healthy. I don't know about. There's definitely worse options of getting your emotions out. Like instead of like physically like putting it into something, you can just draw it out. But I'm not super emotionally stable or anything, so I don't know if I'm 100% right on that. Cry or draw. I feel that. But it's good that you're in a good mood and been drawing, and your art reflects that. As long as the art's making you happy, I think it's good. But yeah, I'm still just working on this guy, trying to get everything feeling right, looking right. That's not the one I wanted to take off. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? This one. Nope, that's not the one. That's the one. Okay. But yeah, I'm just trying not to lose my mind, trying to make sure like the shadows and everything works the way I want it to. So far, I'm not doing too bad. I think we're doing a good job. I mentioned it earlier in the stream, but I also got myself a iPad. Let me see if it's showing up on camera. That's the wrong camera. That's the camera. Yeah. Turn these off. Go away. I'm trying to remove the notifications. There we go. Voila. So yeah, we're gonna be hopefully getting into that a bit. Doing a bit of practice. I think having the tablet that I can bring around to like work and on trips will help me get a lot more practice in the digital. And also like I can definitely already feel that it's a little bit more natural for me to draw directly onto the surface than it is like just doing it this way, because I can get pretty close to here. This is like a lot of sharpening, like where I'll draw the figure, then do like 6 or 7 different tries to actually get it to where I want it to be. Whereas doing it on like a physical surface, it takes me 2 to 3 instead of 7. Like it's a lot more direct, and it feels a lot closer to what I actually am trying to do, what I'm actually trying to achieve. But yeah, just continuing to render out this guy, this lad, this boy. I mean, he's definitely a man. Like this guy's like old enough to be a multi-year hitman. Yeah, I was mentioning earlier because I had somebody else that popped in. I like to support other people on Instagram. I feel like it does a lot for people. Just seeing like that little like thing, even if we're not supposed to like base our opinion on ourselves by our likes or anything. It's kind of hard when you're an artist because like art is very directly, I think it's when people say that like they only do art for themselves, like it's a little bit of a, maybe it's just me, but like it's not exactly true, because you're trying to evolve your art and you need feedback, or else you're just creating in a bubble. So you do thrive and like enjoy letting people see your art and enjoying your art. But I've seen people who are like, at least pretty close to being art just for the sake of art and not like responding just to the whims of others. Like I knew somebody who was they wouldn't like sell. They would like tell people who were like trying to buy their art no if they didn't like hear a good explanation of what they believed the artwork was about, which I thought was very bizarre. I was just like, that's crazy. Like I would never turn down money like that. Not that I like do art just for money, but like money kind of like signifies like somebody cares about what you're doing a little bit. You know, like I think to a certain degree, especially whenever it comes to like local art. When it's you know, high end art, you know, Van Gogh and that stuff like that, then it just becomes like a way for people to increase their assets and put money away that you know they know will return to them, you know, without being taxed, or at least not taxed at the same rate. But when it's just like local artists and you're supporting them, it's more direct and directly like a sign of like you're willing to put money down to support them. So then they can continue to make more art or make art for you. Sorry, my big point is I like supporting smaller artists on Instagram because I feel like I am also a small artist who wants to be supported on Instagram. You know, put out the same thing you wanted to get into the world. A bit of networking, but like, it's not like I plan on doing collaborations. I'm not, at least not yet. I'm a little bit too terrified to like approach people and be like, hey, do you want to do an art trade? I think that'd be good. But it puts like a weird, I don't want to like stress about like, am I going to finish it on time for this person? Or am I even going to like what they give me? You know. But the very least I could do is give support, give a like, so they know that they're being watched. They know that they have somebody who enjoys seeing what they do. I want to see people continue to evolve, continue to put their art out, and just because I know it's probably going to make them happier, put them in a better mood. It's like a very tiny, very quick little thing that can instantly bring somebody's mood way up, make them feel way better about themselves. It's like the whole thing with the internet. Like, the internet really isn't good for you, but I think we still have to exist with it anyway. So we should try to act in a way that's going to benefit us. So like even if Instagram isn't good for us in long term, I think it's still like we should figure out a way to operate on the internet that's going to benefit us. And I think just being very supportive of who you can online is a good way of doing that. It's going to help keep us all sane. Without, you know, like sacrificing aspects of yourself that's gonna like drive you nuts. Like, I'm not gonna. And social media is a trap for neurodivergent people, like those with ADHD and autism. I do think so. At least, maybe not. Yeah, I think it ends up being a trap, and I don't think Instagram cares if it is, because you know, if they got people in it, then that means they can continue to expand and profit. Yeah, a dopamine trap. It's like they're not necessarily trying to make it into a trap, but the fact that it is a trap benefits them, so they don't really care that it's a trap. And so if we're gonna be trapped, that's why I'm saying like I think we should at least, you know, try to make it a nice trap, make it a good trap. Maybe you should escape if you can, but you know, if you can't, at least try to make it easier for the people who are in there. Like I don't use Facebook. I don't use a lot of social media. Literally, the only social media I use is Instagram, because I want my art to be out there for people to see. And then DeviantArt, which is less social media than you know, just a online gallery. But you know, it does have social media elements, so I guess you can definitely. I think you have to define it as such. I think they want it to be that way too. That's why they do like a lot of changes, like and updates to like constantly add more stuff for you to add to your bio and you to get more interaction with other people. That's why they have like suggestions for comments, because they want you to make comments, because they want you to spend more time and be more active socially on there. Even though all I want DeviantArt to be is just a gallery. It's like, no. You can spend more time on here. Or I guess Pinterest. I don't know if Pinterest has the same thing. I don't know if they do comments. I don't spend enough time on Pinterest. And that's probably for the best. Where is the light hitting this gun? From this side, definitely. And then from the edge. So, let's see. We're little mice for these websites. And they feed dopamine to us to keep testing us and seeing where they can profit. So let us be happy mice. I want to be a happy mouse. I think as far as like Gen Z and stuff, like I think we're going to be the ones that are gonna have either the ones to or the ones who are already adapting to a society in which like we're going to be forced to become little trapped mice. It's like the meme where it's like millennials are like very depressed, and then Gen Z are like depressed, but it's in like a really wacky and fun font. It's like, we know we're trapped, but I think Gen Z is gonna try to like figure out a way to be happy while being trapped. You know, like being pleased and adapting to that sort of society. It's not gonna be great, because you know, no matter what, it's gonna be the same, you know, crap that millennials and all people have to deal with now. But at least we're looking for a way to coexist. And who knows, maybe we'll get more politically active and fix some things. Maybe fix a thing or two. Not the world, but you know, make it slightly better than it is the day before. That's all I at least hope for. Depressed, but in fun letters. We're trapped little rats, but we're cool rats. We have like little hats with like wacky colors, and it's like spun backwards, so we're like in a good mood, and we skateboard. Depressed, but we also have like a cup of coffee, so we're good. We're like in a happy mood. We have our little coffee. We have our little drawing books. If we're gonna be trapped in this cage, at least we have a tiny little notebooks to sketch on. So as far as this gun that I'm drawing, it's gonna be like, the left side is gonna have like a it's gonna have a bit of a rim light on the left side, and then on the right side is where the most of the light's gonna be hitting it, so like this side. So I'll try to like make it look right. Try to see if we can work it in, just slowly get a little bit more and more correct. I think I need to remove some of the highlights because I think it's going to be too bright here. Like maybe here. I think because originally when I was just slapping down highlights, I was only planning on highlights, and now I'm realizing that I have basically 3 options: mid-tone, high tone, highlight, and shadow. Nope, there we go. Nope, that's not what I wanted either. There we go. Just removing the highlights of some of this area here. It's wrong layer. Please just work correctly for me. That's all I'm asking. I wonder if maybe the highlight should be more towards the middle of this area, because of its round nature, the light's gonna hit us a little differently. So maybe here, where it's like it's flat, so it kind of like acts a little bit more normally. Here it makes sense for it to be just hitting the rim. But here, where it's completely round, I can maybe just have it like here, because technically the light's coming from around him. Or actually, maybe I'm getting this a little wrong. I forgot that the light's only basically like reaching up to like here. So let me erase this here, that gun, sorry, not the gun, the sight. Maybe. Yeah, so we can keep this like that. So just like 2 tones, where it's like you can only see the more shadowy parts. But where would the rest of the lighting come from? The more ambient lighting. Ambient. What if I do it like this? Nope, not like that. Where's my pen? There we go. So let's start like this, right here. Right here. Take off the highlight. All of it. So then, instead of actual lighting, we get the rim lights from here. That's not an eraser. There we go. But a very light one, just on the edge. Just like that. Let's thin it out a bit. Keep it very thin, very not too distracting. I was gonna say nonchalant, but I don't know if that's right. And then just a little bit here. Make it a little foggy, make it a little irregular, because it's not a super smooth and like completely round smooth area. It's round, but it's not like perfect. Like it's almost like a brushed metal. a little wider, a little wider. And a little bit more rim light here. So it's like caught him. It's like a light source caught him between two other light sources. And put this here. Let it wrap around a bit. Because it's a curved area, it gets a wrap. The light just curves around it as well. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Little here too. There we go. How's that look? Interesting. I put way too much sugar in this coffee. Yeah, because I needed to be pronounced enough that you can see that there's espresso there. That way, like, it doesn't just like get completely muddied into the background, but not so much that it catches too much light. We can maybe brighten it up with a little bit of highlight, just like a light touch towards the like bottom, because this will be actually like, you know, towards the camera itself or the cell phone. I forgot what phones look like. In my head, I was like, that's a camera. Just like a little bit up here, but then it's gonna like fade off by the time it reaches like the end of the gun. It just reaches up, like maybe like halfway, and then a little bit here. Okay. And also want to like reflect it here too. There we go. How's this looking from afar? Let me just finish this and then I'll look. Just follow along. Okay, it's got kind of a metal look. Like, you know, it's a metal, so it's supposed to be a little shiny. Just a little closer so I can see. Maybe this should be. Nothing too crazy here. Okay, I think that works. And I'm also gonna, let's see. So this is gonna be facing towards the light source, this here. So I'm gonna erase it here. And maybe a little darker this way. Maybe just a little bit of a light here because it's not, it's gonna be the edge, so it's gonna catch a little bit of light. There you go, I think that looks really good. Maybe I can make this little reach a little bit farther. This like transition. Like that. Maybe a little bit further. How far can we go before it starts to look a little off? Oh, that's right. There's a highlight there. That's why it's really blindingly bright. There we go. Smaller here. Put the black right back in a little bit. These are the tiniest little details because there's a million little details on guns. Okay, let's erase here. Cause this section's gonna be lit. Every time I say lit, I think I'm trying to do them like the meme, but it's like legitimately that's just the word that should be used there. I'm not trying to say it's lit, but it is literally lit. Make this light real thin, real skinny. Erase the highlight here so it doesn't stand out too much. Bring back in some of the highlights. Not highlight, but the mid-tone. Just a bit. Clear it up a bit on the edge. There we go. A shadow here. It's coming from below. I got mail. Hang on a second. Let me put my pen down. That'll probably help. Turn the camera towards me, not leaking my address, hopefully. Okay. Just something about Medicaid. I didn't even know I had Medicaid. I mean, I think it was just Medicaid for COVID, which makes sense because I think they lifted like the lowered the requirements for at least that aspect because you know they needed as many people as they can get in vaccines as humanly possible. That's probably what's made it so like we can put down some of the restrictions that, and a lot of the people who just weren't taking it probably passed away, which is not great. Really wish that didn't happen. What is that? I'm painting on this. That's not what I wanted. There we go. Nope, I'm painting on a higher layer, which is even worse. Sorry. Okay. We're almost there. What's going on here? Oh, it's okay. I see what's going on. Maybe this should actually just be midtown. Because I don't think it's directly going against the light. Maybe just a little bit towards the upper half, like here. And here. I mean, just this little pocket here too. Just like transition these a little smoother. Maybe that works better. I think that's good. Oh, I keep forgetting. This one's not even like there we go. There we go. Okay. Erase this a little bit. Or maybe not, because it looks kind of weird. Now, what would be the best way? Because I think this is, I'm pretty sure this would be like directly against the lighting source. So the lighting source is from the side here. Here. I didn't even click the right. There we go. Here's, this side is getting hit by the light. I think that makes a lot of sense. So this would be maybe just shadow, mid-tone. And then maybe a little bit of darker tone as it goes along towards the edge. So trim this back towards here. Like here. Nope. Maybe a bit stronger of a transition. A bit more shadow in the transition. Backwards. Maybe just a little bit towards the bottom here. Yeah, I think that works. Little by little, we're getting there. We're getting there. We're doing it. Maybe just a little bit here, and then just smooth that out. But just a tiny little bit, so we're gonna dial it back too. So first of all, definitely not there, because that's where the light's hitting. Trim that off there, and then just push it back a bit. My heart out is pretty much coming up, so I'm just gonna have to leave this pretty soon, really soon, like within the next 5 minutes. Let me see if I can just barely finish. Or I want to see how close I can get to finishing. I'm about to sneeze. Just letting you know. Oh, I should have. I'm sorry. I should have pushed the mic away. But at least I gave you a warning. Oh God, that hurt my lungs. All right, now I'm probably gonna call it. Okay. Hold on, wait. Okay, there we go. So, we have gotten a little bit more progress. We're done with the legs. No more legs. Enough with the legs. So, basically, all I'm gonna have to do from here is the hair. Just finishing up some of the gun. The gun's almost there. We're like 90% way through the gun. 0% of the way through the hair. Actually, let me take that back. We're like 20% of the way through the hair. Maybe 15. These are made up numbers. Yeah, just gonna make sure all that's wrapped up really nicely. Let me just look at it a little bit longer. So yeah, the gun, hair, the right arm. And then I think we're done as far as the shadows. Then we can finally get into some colors. Then maybe flatten everything into one layer and start painting like it's an actual painting. We'll see how it goes. Maybe some gradient maps. Who knows? I should know, but trust me, I don't know. Because I am just going with what feels right. But anyways, that's pretty much wrapped up. Let me go ahead and link my socials. 1 second. So make sure to check out my Instagram. I don't have anything posted this week. But I am going to try to get something at least next week. We'll see. I have plenty of drawings that I just need to finish up. So we'll see how that goes. And then, like I said earlier, likes, follows, all that is really appreciated and does something for my ego. You know how it is. But also check out my DeviantArt. My DeviantArt is where I keep some of my older artwork. If you want to see that stuff, it's pretty terrible, but you know, we have to start somewhere. And then I'm also pretty active on it as far as like gathering up references. I'm supposed to keep it updated, but I haven't updated in a little bit. But DeviantArt's there. If you want to meet me on there. Check out my YouTube channels. I have 2. I have the full stream archive, which is, as it says, an archive for the entire stream from beginning to end. If you want to catch up. Although I also have my highlight/time-lapse channel where I cramp the entire stream into more digestible 5-minute chunks where you can see the progress that I made. And then when I finish a piece, I do a supercut of the art. So that's all the time lapses combined into like maybe a 10-minute, 12-minute chunk. Those are really fun to watch because it makes it look like I know what I'm doing. And you get to see the process from the very, very first few lines all the way to the final touches. It is really entertaining, and I love working on those. Then I do have a commission sheet down below, so give that a check if you want me to draw one of your characters for D&D, Vampire the Masquerade, or if maybe just, you know, your favorite manga character or comic book character. I'd love to work on one of your characters, you know, talk with you about what you want and see what we can do. The rates down low, but there are subject to change. So, you know, if you want to talk about something different, just shoot me a message and I don't mind talking about it. And then if you don't want to do a whole commission and you just want to make a one-time donation, I do have a donation link down below as well. Just helps incentivize me to spend a little bit more time on here and a little bit more effort into the production and everything. I try to keep things casual. I'm not trying to make a career out of this anytime soon, but you know, just lets me know that I'm, you know, appreciated and then people enjoy my art. You know, makes me feel good. Money feels nice. I like money. I don't think anybody can blame me for that. But yeah, or, you know, like what money gets me. But yeah, that's going to be it. Thanks for being here today. Is my camera even on me, actually? Okay, yeah, the camera's on me. It just looks a little wonky. But yeah, thanks for being here. I'll be here next week, the next Tuesday. I don't have any shows coming up. No concerts, no nothing. I think maybe in June, but that's months away. But yeah, I'll be here next week, the next Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then the Tuesday after that, the Tuesday after that, Tuesday after that. Thanks for being here. Even if it was just a few minutes, even if you're just watching the upload of this later, appreciate anybody that gives me the time of day. Have a good night. Bye-bye.